Hey kiddos, it's been a while. Sorry about that. I planned on making a video and then I hated it, so I didn't post it. If you couldn't tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about self-love / self-confidence. And I know this isn't like a video that I usually would make. This isn't really like a memester video. So if you subscribe to this channel for memester content, I'm sorry. But you could keep watching if you wanted to. So yeah. The first thing I want to say about self-love and having confidence is that it takes a really, really long time to get that. And I understand how hard it is because I worked for so long to love myself and to get confidence. And I think a lot of people think that all pretty people have confidence, and that's not necessarily true. Not everybody's gonna have confidence, and we all have our days. Even the most confident people have their days where they're not feeling themselves, which is fine. It's normal, it's human. But I definitely think that in order to love and appreciate other people more, you need to start loving yourself more, because when you love yourself and you have confidence, that boosts you to be more yourself, if that makes sense. I definitely think that loving yourself and having confidence makes your life a little bit easier and more positive. Another thing that could help with having confidence and loving yourself is surrounding yourself with really positive people. And I realize how hard it is to get negative people out of your life, and it's really hard, but in the long run you'll be really happy no matter how many friends you have, whether it's a small group of friends or a big group of friends. As long as they're positive people and you're surrounding yourself with a bunch of positivity, that'll definitely help you love yourself. And yeah, one thing people mix up about loving yourself and having confidence is that if you're confident, you aren't humble. Being humble is not bragging about yourself and not being rude. I was gonna say something else, but that's inappropriate, not for this channel. But loving yourself and saying to yourself that you're gorgeous does not mean you aren't humble. And a lot of people think being humble is being oh yeah, I'm not good at this. Just a lot of things that put yourself down to make you seem nicer. That doesn't mean you're humble. It just means that you're putting yourself down. But other people think that's you being humble, okay? You can be confident with yourself. Being humble is a thing that a lot of people want to achieve, but they mix it up with being self-conscious and being open about being self-conscious with other people. I don't think that you should try to be humble to please other people, because humble is a very positive word to people. It's a good thing, but a lot of people don't understand what it actually means. Being humble means that you don't brag about yourself to other people, but I think bragging about yourself to other people is completely fine, as long as you're not doing it every second, every hour, every single day, to the point where it makes other people feel bad about themselves. And you may not realize it, but it most likely will happen, because if you're watching this right now, you're most likely a teenager, and lots of teenagers are self-conscious, and they take everything personally, and they will definitely get a feeling of feeling bad about themselves if they constantly hear how much you love yourself. One way to start loving yourself and just really appreciating yourself is just look at the little things about yourself. Like maybe you like your hands. Maybe you like your teeth a lot. Maybe you like your eyebrows. Maybe you like your nose, how small it is or how big it is. Maybe you like bushy eyebrows. Pick all the good features that you love about yourself every single day. And eventually that'll turn into you picking out multiple things and more and more and more until you essentially love yourself. And loving yourself and having confidence is really hard to obtain. Nobody in this world has ever or will ever completely love themselves. It's just natural, it's human. But having a lot of self-love and confidence is the closest we can get, and I think that's pretty good for your mental health and just your life in general. Another thing to help you raise your confidence is start getting rid of the negative people in your life. I already talked about this a little bit, but negative people will affect your life a lot and for a long time if you don't get rid of them. And them constantly being negative and dragging you down will lower your self-esteem more and more and more. And you may not realize it, but it is. And you deserve better than that. They want you to be down with them. They want you to be at their mental state, which is not very confident if they are dragging you down constantly. So try your best to cut the negative things and people out of your life. And I know that may not be so easy. If you can't get rid of them, just start ignoring them. The more you ignore negative people in your life, the more you don't care. It's a really, really good thing to have. And I have that for the most part. Every once in a while something will get to me, but once again, nobody ever is fully confident. Another thing I'd like to say is if you are already confident and love yourself, and people know that, people will get upset that you do and they don't love themselves, so they will try to tear you down. But that does not mean that you let them. That's where you would ignore them and keep living your positive life and do the things that you want to do and ignore them and not care about anybody else except for you and your friends and everybody in your life and anything that makes you happy. Another thing to be more confident is dress the way you want to dress, wear the things you want to wear, do the things you want to do. Your clothing choices define how you are, especially in middle school and maybe first couple years of high school. People try to dress like each other, but that doesn't show always who they actually are. And I think a lot of people struggle with trying to dress how they actually want to dress. And I say, if you want to dress how you want to dress, go for it. And if you happen to have the same style as other people, then great. Maybe you've just met a new friend. Be confident in what you wear. If you like baggy clothes genuinely, then wear baggy clothes. But don't wear baggy clothes if you want to hide your body or for some other self-esteem issue. Just be you. That sounds really, really artificial, but I am just speaking the truth. I think that you need to be able to love yourself before you can love other people, and that's definitely a real feeling and a real thing that happens. A lot of times people in not even just relationships but friendship as well, people tend to be so insecure that they ruin that friendship or relationship with somebody else. It doesn't always mean that if you're not that confident that relationships with other people are going to go bad, but it definitely helps a lot. So another thing I would like to say about loving yourself and having confidence is to just compliment yourself every single day, which sounds really cheesy, and it is, but it will help you in the long run. It will actually make you more confident. There's definitely lots of different ways you can start to be more confident. And once you are confident with yourself, you feel more free. You don't really stress a lot about what other people think, and it's just a great feeling. Just do what you want to do and don't let other people dictate what you want to do for yourself. It'll make you happy. And I get the feeling that you want to make other people happy. That can't always be the case with yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to do what you want to do, not always just what everybody else wants to, or what everybody else wants you to do, if you get what I'm saying. You can't always make everybody happy, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to be selfish to make yourself happy. And that also is a really hard thing to do, but if you manage to do it, then I applaud you. Good job. Look in the mirror and just make a bunch of silly faces. Make yourself laugh. Look at how good looking you are, because I genuinely mean it when everybody is good looking in their own way, which is also really cheesy, and I wish people would actually believe me, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't believe this, but it works. You will feel yourself more, if that makes sense, because you'll start to realize like features that you like about yourself, and then you'll go through the whole cycle of looking at things you like about yourself and starting to actually love yourself. Anyways, I mean, that just works for me, and I know it's worked for a lot of people, but I'm just asking you to do these things if you aren't confident already, because confident people are happy, and I want more happy people to make society better, even though it's not really getting good, but it's okay, we can try. So if you aren't confident, then you should try these things. Thank you for watching. Now, respect yourself. Love yourself.
Accept yourself. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Love yourself. It starts with you. It starts with you.